we are looking at maximizing the potential of Mauritania under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. All right. Mauritania. 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 Mauritania is in the Sahara Desert. And it has access to water, the Atlantic Ocean, North Atlantic Ocean, with the capital being Nouakchott, having boundaries with West Sahara, Algeria, Mali, Senegal, and the northern part of the Atlantic Ocean. It's a very small country, and by the way, Mauritania pulled out of ECOWAS, so Mauritania is currently not a member of ECOWAS. ECOWAS used to be a 16-member organization, now it's 15, because ECOWAS pulled out, Mauritania pulled out. This country is just about 4 million people. It's not even up to the population in, what's the name of this? Is it Ali Moshe local government? I think Ali Moshe is about 6 million, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just talking about Lagos. That's talking about Lagos alone. Ranking 152 on the ease of doing business. Scoring 151. Scoring 151 on the ease of doing business ranking and score of the World Bank. Let's dig deeper into this country in order to be able to learn what is peculiar about Mauritania. Here's the economic snapshot of Mauritania, location, West Africa, even though, like I said, it pulled out of ECOWAS. So it's currently not a member of ECOWAS, but I think it's a member of the MENA countries. Middle East and North African country, they have an agreement among themselves, being a predominantly Muslim country. It's actually 100% Muslim country. Official report say 100% Muslim country. Coastline, 754 kilometers. It's in the Sahara, close to West Sahara. Having border with Atlantic Ocean, Senegal, and West Sahara. Coastline 754 kilometers. So that's a very significant coastline. Very, very significant coastline. Religion is Muslim 100%. And like I've said severally, these have implications. The kind of product, if it's food item, halal certification might become important. Considering the fact that religion affects the culture and way of life of the people, this might be a major consideration to be able to penetrate this market. Language is Arabic. The agri product of this country include rice milk, goat milk, sheep milk, sorghum, mutton, beef, camel milk, camel meat, and date palm or dates. Industry includes fish processing, of course, with a lot of water, oil production, interesting, mining, iron ore, gold, and copper. Iron ore, gold, and copper. Interestingly, it's a lower middle income country. And you remember the implication of that? More than $1,000 in terms of average income of this country, more than $1,000. 1,679 is the average income. Nigeria is also within this bracket, middle income country, lower middle income country. Even though the poverty in Nigeria is so much, but Nigeria is still ranked among lower middle income country. A few African countries are upper middle income countries. A few African countries are upper middle income countries. Someone like Cape Verde, Mauritius, and the like. But they're typically small countries anyway. Literacy rate, 53.5. Urbanization, 56.1. Urbanization figure make a lot of sense because the more people are in the urban center, the less cost you incur on distribution. In this case, 56.1 of the population in the urban centers. Literacy rate, 53.5, half of the population. Inflation is single digit, 2.2. And the GDP of this country is $1.67 billion. $1.67 billion. Household consumption component, 64% of the GDP. Household consumption component of the GDP, 64%. Averagely, for many African countries, this is consistent. Consider the fact that the people are poor and living from hand to mouth. Most people in Africa live just for survival. Most people in Africa live just for survival. The implication of that is that because most people live just for survival, the household consumption component of the GDP of many African countries are generally high. The household consumption component of the GDP of many African countries are generally high. They are generally high. Why? Like I said, people are living for survival, which is why I've said regular retail, fast-moving consumer goods product are the product that will have the potential for potential market in African countries under the AfCFTA. And I'm talking basically purely based on data, the data available based on the activity happening in different African countries. Looking at the composition of the GDP, as many other African countries are currently experiencing, service sector is high. Nigeria service sector, I think, is more than 45%. And for many African countries, service sector is actually more than 40%. For many African countries, service sector is much more than 40%. Agri 27.8, industry 29.3, services 42.9. In terms of the population, almost 60%, and this is also consistent with what we've observed in other African countries. Almost 50% of the people of this country are below 25 years. So, who are you targeting? Who are you looking at? Who are you targeting and who are you looking at? Whoever you are taking and looking at in that country had had to be within this population. Else, it might be a futile effort. If majority of people you are looking at and looking out for are not within this population. And remember, it's a low-income country, lower middle. So majority of people you are going to deal with, you are selling in this country, are going to be these people. Let's answer your question I ask every week. What are you looking at exporting? And can you export that product or service? Do you have what it takes to export it? Is there any demand for your product or service? Do you have a compelling value proposition? Do you understand your target market? Can you meet the market price expectation? Do you have a distribution or marketing plan? Do you have the capacity and capability to export? Have you investigated payment issues? Can you fund your export drive? Have you completed an export plan? Have you completed an export plan? Have you completed an export plan? In 2018, Mauritania was the number 155 economy in the world in terms of GDP, number 130 in total export, number 147 in total import, number 110 most complex economy according to Economic Complexity Index. Mauritania export 2.56 billion and import 3.07 billion. You see that import is far, far more than export. Top export of Mauritania, iron ore, non-fillet frozen fish, non-fillet. Sorry for that. I don't know why this is behaving like this. It was supposed to mute upon entry, but unfortunately, it didn't. So sorry for the distraction. All right. Iron ore, non-fillet frozen fish, processed crustaceans, copper ore. Can you imagine? Crustaceans. Copper ore, export, import. Wheat, palm oil, light, pure woven cotton, woven fabrics of synthetic stable fiber, and tea. Destination. Mauritania exports mostly to China, Spain and Switzerland, Cote d'Ivoire, and Japan. And import from China again, much more from China, France, Morocco. Morocco is close by, Morocco, Spain, and Belgium, Luxembourg.
To get the full video, check the description or visit www.globaltradecollege.com.